Hello. Uh, uh, Very good morning to my dear students. This is Dr. M. Lakshmi Narasimhacharyalu, Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today, I would like to take a class about the network analysis and transmission line subject. So, in this first, we are going to talk about the what are the syllabus points in this subject. So basically, which is affiliated to the JNT Hyderabad. So we have totally the three lectures is there and the 3 credits for the subject. So in this connection, just we are going to go through this syllabus. So here the course objective of the subject is to understand the basic concepts of the RLC circuits, and which is already you studied in the first year itself, that to know the behavior of the steady state and transient state in RLC circuits, which is in AC circuits itself actually, to understand the two-port network parameters, to study the propagation, reflection and transmission of a plane waves in bounded and unbounded media. This is actually the course objectives, and we'll coming to the what are the outcomes we'll get from this subject that the student can able to do. Like this is the course outcomes, that is upon the successful completion of the course, the students will able to gain the knowledge in the basic RLC circuits behavior and analyze the steady state and transient analysis RLC circuits, and know the characteristics of the two-port network parameters, analyze the transmission line parameters and the configurations. So this is the overall concepts of the course. So here, this is the second and first semester subject. Then the prerequisites for this is nil because it is a core. So now we are coming to talk about the units in this subject. That is, the unit 1 is the network topology, the basic cut set and tie set, matrices for the planar network, magnetic circuits, self and mutual inductances, and dot conversion, impedance, reactance concept, and the impedance transformation and coupled circuits, coefficient of a coupling, and the equivalent to T for the magnetic coupled circuits, ideal transformers. These are the topics we need to cover in the unit number 1, and we'll coming to the unit number 2, that is the transient steady state analysis, RC, RL, RLC circuits, and the sinusoidal step and the square responses on the RC circuits as a integrator and differentiators, and second order and the parallel RLC circuits, the root locus damping factor, and the over the damped, underdamped, and the critically damped cases, and the quality factor, and the bandwidth for the series and parallel resonant circuits and the resonant curves. This is about the unit number 2. Now we'll coming to that the unit number 3, the two-port network parameters, which is the different parameters, like you say that Z parameters, Y parameters, ABCD parameters, and H parameters, and G parameters. These 5 types of parameters we need to study in the unit number 3. And here, what are the parameters we need to take is the characteristic impedance, image transfer constant of the two-port network, as well as the image and iterative impedances, and the network function, the driving point, and the transfer functions. Using the transformers variables and the poles and zero standards and the T, pi, and L sections. And the characteristic impedance, image transfer constant, and the design of attenuators, impedance matching network. So now the 4th unit is the transmission lines. So here the types parameters, the transmission line equation, primary and secondary constants, and the equivalent circuit of a transmission lines, and characteristic impedance, propagation constant, phase and group velocities, infinite line concepts, the lossless and low loss characteristics of the transmission line, and the types of distortion, condition for the distortionless line, and the minimum attenuation, loading, types of loading. So this is unit number 4, which is a very new concept, that is the transmission lines. And unit number 5 is the transmission line 2. So in this, the extension of the transmission line 1, that is the input impedance relations of the line, and the short circuit and open circuit lines, and the reflection coefficient, VSWR, and lambda by 4, lambda by 2, lambda by 8 lines, impedance transformation, Smith chart, and the configuration and the applications, the single step matching. So these are the units in this given course. So what are the textbooks we are going to refer is the network analysis by the Van Valkenburg, 3rd edition, Pearson Education. So the next textbook is the the network lines and fields by John D. Ryder, which is the PHA publication, 2nd edition, 1999. So these two are the textbooks referred by the direction of the university. And now what are the reference books for this subject is Electric Circuits by the Joseph Administer and M. Nahvi, which is the SCAMS outline series, the McGraw-Hill Education in 1999. And the Engineering Circuit Analysis, which is by the William Hythe and the Jacques Kamerly. Here, this is a very good book in the McGraw-Hill edition, which is in 1993. The Electromagnetics with applications by the J.D. Cross, which is very interesting, in the 5th edition of the TMH edition. The transmission lines and networks by the Umesh Sinha, Satyaprakash Publications, which is in 2001, Tech India Publications, New Delhi. So the 4th reference one is the transmission lines, which is relates to the unit number 4 and unit number 5, absolutely. So these the textbooks we are going to refer in this course. Now, we are going to talk about the basic of the electrical network topology. So here, what are the terms we need to know, the terms and definitions in this, the network topology. So there is the circuit elements, node, branch, path, and what are the closed path, what is the circuit or a loop or mesh topology, and rather the electrical network topology, graph and its types. So in this, the tree, twig, and the core tree, the links for the cords. So these all are the terms which we are going to use in the network topology. So here, the network topology is a graphical representation of the electric circuits. It is useful for analyzing the complex electric circuits by converting them into the network graphs. So here, network topology is also called as a graph theory. So this is the basic for the network topology. So here, let us we discuss about the basic terminology involved in this network topology. So here, which is the graph, here we say that the graph. Network graph is simply called as a graph, and it consists of a set of nodes connected by branches. It's a graph. A node is a common point of 2 or more branches. You say sometimes only a branch may connect it to the node. A branch is a line segment that connects the 2 nodes. There is a branch. The branch is connecting in between the 2 nodes. This is called the line segment. An electric circuit or network can be converted into its equivalent graph by replacing the passive elements and the voltage sources with short circuit and the current sources with the open circuits. So that is, we say that the line segments in the graph represents the branches corresponding to either Passive elements are voltage sources of the electric circuit. So here, generally used to take, we go through this slide. So here, what is the loop? Where it is a loop means this is a closed circuit actually. So here, a closed path or a closed contour selected in a network or circuit. This is just you say that the closed path is called the loop. If you take electric network, we have n number of loops or one or more number of loops also there. Otherwise, loop is not there sometimes if it is a T network like. So therefore, actually the path that may be started from a particular node to other nodes through the branches and come to the original by the start node. It is also known as a closed path circuit. So this is called the loop. Loop is a closed path circuit generally. Right? So now in this circuit generally they have the principal nodes and or the labeled with the naming as a 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. There are the, we say that a number of branches and all is there, right? So here the mesh, a loop that does not contain any other loops within it, that is called the mesh. Any mesh is a circuit by a loop, but any loop by circuit may not be a mesh. Okay, if you clearly understand about the loop and mesh here. What is the loop? Loop is a closed path or a closed contour selected in a network by circuit, whatever it may be. But the mesh is a loop that does not contain any other loops within it, that is called the mesh. Right? So this is the main difference between them. Loop is called what is a loop? The closed path is called a loop. But in that loop, there is no, it does not consist any other loops within it, that is called the mesh. Now we'll come into the network, for example. The internal interconnection of the two or more circuit elements form an electrical network. So you will say that what is the network? The interconnection of two or more circuit elements form an electrical network. For example, circuit element means generally RLC is the circuit elements. What is R? Resistance, L is the inductance, C is the capacitance, which we are going to draw a network which consists of all these parameters, right? So therefore, the circuit network that contains at least one closed path is called a circuit. If you connect a network which we have the RLC parameters should be intended in it, and it should be connecting with a closed path is called a circuit. Every circuit is a network, but not all networks are the circuits. Try to understand this. Every network, okay, every circuit is a network, but not all networks are a circuit. So this is the basic difference between the network and circuit. So the planar circuit, a circuit that may drawn or on a plane surface in such a way that the no branch passes over or under any other branches. This is called a planar circuit. That means what actually? A circuit that may drawn on a plane surface in such a way that no branch passes over or they under any other branches. This is called the planar circuit. So now the topology. What is the topology? Topology deals with the properties of the networks which are unaffected when the network is stretched, twisted, or otherwise the distorted, the size and the shape. That means this is a property, topology is a property of networks which are unaffected when the network is stretched or twisted or otherwise distorted the size and the shape. That is called the topology. They are not concerned with the particular types of elements that are appearing in the circuit, but only with the way in which the branches and the nodes are arranged. This is called the topology. So, generally used to take, this is the definition of the topology. We will coming to the graph. A graph corresponding to a given network is obtained by replacing all circuit elements with lines. So you say that the connected graph, a graph in which at least one path exists between any two nodes of the graph. If the network has a transformer as one of the elements, then the resultant graph is unconnected. Just we will coming to this, the connected graph is a graph in which at least one path exists between any two nodes of the graph. Right? This is the connected graph. If we take a two nodes will be there with the distant places, which should be connecting together. That is called the connecting line between the two nodes. That is the graph. If the network has a transformer as one of the elements, then the resultant graph is unconnected. Okay. Now, the directed or oriented graph. A graph that has all the nodes and the branches numbered and also directions are given to the branches directly. So, the subgraph. The subset of a graph, if the number of nodes and branches of a subgraph is less than that of the graph, the subgraph is said to be proper. Generally used to take subgraphs is always less than the graphs. Now, what is a graph? When all the elements R, L, C in a network are replaced by lines with the circles or dots at both ends, the configuration is called the graph of the network. If you will take any network, you have to replace the networks by lines with the dots or the circles, whatever it may be, at the both ends. Configuration is called the graph of the network. If they are going to give some network, that should be converting, just like when all element RLC networks R should be replaced with the dotted lines, the nodes should be connecting with the somewhat circles with the dotted lines. That is called the graph of the network. Now, so here the terms in the network topology already know that branch, node, tree, tree link, tree branch, loop and matrix. So these terms are used in the network topology. So here used to take what is a branch. Already I given the little bit briefing about this, the elements, like you said that the branch is a branch is a line segment representing one network element or a combination of element connected between the 2 points. This is called the branch actually. What is a branch actually? It represents the one network element or a combination of elements connected between any 2 points. This is called the branch. If you take a tree have a number of branches is there like that. So the branch consists of any one network element or the combination of elements which will be connected between the 2 points, origin and end. So this is called the branch. If you are coming to the node, a node point is defined as an end point of the line segment and exists at the junction between the two branches. If you take a node is called, it will be connected, the junction point between the two or more branches. That is called the node. What is a tree? It is an interconnected open set of branches which includes all the nodes of the given graph. So, what is a tree? Tree is interconnected open set of branches which includes all the nodes of the given graph. This is called the tree. Tree consists of n number of nodes and branches automatically. So, this is a visualizing graph of tree, you say that. So, we will observe that how many branches, how many nodes is available in this tree is 1, 2, 3. 3 nodes and the 3 branches is available here. So now the 4 nodes is that 1, 2, 3. The branches, 3 branches available. Graph of tree this is. Now the properties of a tree. A tree consists of all the nodes of a graph. If the graph has n number of nodes, the tree will have n minus 1 number of branches. If we'll say, here how many nodes is there in this figure? You say that 4 nodes is there generally. 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes is there. How many branches? 3 branches is there. So here, this is the standard form. If the graph has n number of nodes and the tree has n minus 1 number of branches, and the tree consists of all nodes of the graph. So now, there will be no closed path in the tree. There can be many possible different for a given graph, depending on the number of nodes and the branches. There can be many possibilities to different given graph depending on the number of nodes and the branches. So a number of so many possibilities to make a tree. So what are the matrix? Generally used to take in a topology. What is the matrix? The incident matrix, cut set, and the tie set. So here, so you may take, before that you have to discuss the types of graphs. So the connected graph, unconnected graph, direct graph, indirect graph, like this. Right? So what is the connected graph generally? You say that this is the tree connected graph. In this connected graph, already I told all this, but we will reveal the little bit of thing. So here, if there exists at least one branch between any of the 2 nodes of a graph, then it is called as a connected graph. That means what? Each node in the connected graph will be having one or more branches that are connected to it. So no node will present as isolated or separated. So unconnected graph means what? If there exists at least one node in the graph that remains unconnected by even single branch, then it is called as an unconnected graph. So there will be one or more isolated nodes in an unconnected graph, and it should be considered that. And the unconnected graph, if you will take a simple example, later I will discuss all. Right? So now, used to take generally tree. Already you know that this is a tree. It is connected of subgraphs of a given graph, which contains all the nodes of a graph. But there should not be any loop in that subgraphs. The branches of the tree are called the twigs. Right? The branches of a tree are called the twigs. So now the tree is a connected subgraph, contains all the 4 nodes of the given n number of nodes of the given graph, and there is no loop in this, and this type of graph is called a tree. Okay, so here the given tree consists of the 3 branches, right, and the 4 nodes in the given graph itself. And now we'll say that the co-tree. Co-tree is a subgraph which is formed with the branches that are removed while forming a tree. Hence it is called a complement of a tree. Co-tree means that is the complement of tree. What is tree actually? You know that it should be eliminate the loops, and it is a different phenomena structure without any loops and all. That is called the tree. If it is a complement of the tree, is called the co-tree. For every tree there will be a corresponding co-tree, and its branches are called as the links or the cords. In general, the links are represented with the dotted lines, okay, The cotree is the complement of the tree, right? And from this, just you'll see that the number of what we call the number of branches, which is equivalent to the number of nodes minus 1, that is called the number of branches. If you're coming to the links, links is equivalent to the branches minus number of nodes plus 1. Okay, that is L is equal to B minus N plus 1, or L is equal to B minus of N minus 1, where L is the number of links, B is the number of branches present in a given graph, and N is the number of nodes present in a given graph. If you combine a tree and its corresponding cotree, then we will get the original graph of a given network. So therefore, we know that what is tree, what is cotree. Tree already know that, and what is the cotree? The complement of the tree is called the cotree. If you combine the tree and cotree, and you'll get the original graph of a given network. So here, now we'll say what is the incident matrix. Just now, incident matrix, cut set, tie set, these three. Well, coming to this, an incident matrix represents the graph of a given electric network or the circuit. Hence, it is possible to draw the graph of the same electric circuit or network from the incident matrix. We know that the graph consists of a set of nodes, and those are connected by some branches. So the connecting of a branches to a node is called the incidence, and the incidence matrix is represented with a capital letter, you say that A or whatever it may be, and it is also called as a node to branch incidence matrix or the node incident matrix. It may call it as like that. So just to see that incident matrix here. If you observe this network, row indicates the node, column indicates the branch, just like a matrix this is, which is indicated by A like that. So we will take how many nodes is there, how many branches is there here. 5 branches and the how many nodes? 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes here. So here branches to say that in between 1 and 2, in between 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 2 and 4 like this. So this is the arrow marks. So here row indicates the nodes, column indicates the branches. So that is the algebraic sum of the columns entries of an incident matrix is 0. Algebraic sum of columns entries of an incident matrix is 0. Next, determinant of an incident matrix of a closed loop is 0. So these two are the very important points. Algebraic sum of the columns entries of an incident matrix is 0. And the determinant of the incident matrix of a closed loop is also 0. If we will observe this figure 1, 2, 3 and 4 like this, how the signal is passing from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 1 to 2, 2 to 4 directly, and the 1 to 4. Okay, 3 ways is their signal passing here. That is the incident matrix. So in this incident matrix, it represents a electric circuit or network, already know that. Hence it is possible to draw graph of the same electric circuit or a network from the incident matrix. So here we know that the graph consists of a set of nodes here shown in figure, set of nodes, and those are connected by some branches. Yeah, these the branches will connected. So the connecting of a branches to a node is called an incidence, right? What is that? The connecting of branches to a node is called as incidence, right? Incidence matrix is represented with the letter, capital letter A, whatever it may be, and it is also called as a node to branch incident matrix or node incident matrix. So here the n number of nodes, b number of branches are presented in a graph. Then the incidence matrix will have the n rows and the b columns already told here. So the rows and columns are corresponding to the nodes and branches of a directed graph, and the order of the incident matrix will be denominated by the n cross b. So here, what are the elements of the incident matrix? So here you say that the plus 1 and minus 1 and 0 like this. If the branch current is leaving from the selected node, then the value of the element will be plus 1. If the branch current is leaving from the selected node, then the value of the element will be plus 1. If you observe that from 1 it is leaving here one way towards to the 2, other way towards to the 4. So therefore this indicates the plus 1. If the branch current is entering towards a selected node, then the value of element will be minus 1. That means plus 1 here, minus 1. So try to understand. If the branch current neither enters at a selected node nor leaves from the selected node, then the value of the element will be 0. Right? The three different statements is there. First one is, if the branch current is leaving from the selected node, then the value of the element will be indicated by the plus 1. If the branch current is entering towards a selected node, then the value of the element will be minus 1. If the branch current neither enters at a selected node nor leaves from a selected node, then the value of element will be 0. The three different elements will be there with respect to the leaving, entering, like that. So here, how to make the incident matrix? We need to take steps in order to find the incident matrix of a direct graph. So the select a node at a time of the given directed graph and fill the values of the elements of incident matrix corresponding to that of node in a row. So the same thing should be repeated for all the nodes for a given direct graph. So here, okay, we will take the examples. Later I will discuss about the examples and all. Now this is about the incident matrix. Now the cut set matrix. So here, this is the cut set matrix. What is the cut set matrix? The fundamental cut set of cut set matrix is the minimum number of branches that are removed from a graph in such a way that the original graph will become two isolated subgraphs. If any network they are going to give, so you have to modify with the minimum number of branches that are removed from a graph in such a way that the original graph will become a two isolated subgraphs. So the F cut set contains only one twig and one or more links. So the number of F cut sets will be equal to the number of twigs. Okay. The fundamental cut set matrix say that Fundamental cut set matrix indicates with the letter C the relation, the matrix gives the relation between the branch voltages and the twig voltages. That is the main, what is the main solution for this, the given network. That is here just to see the rows indicates that the cut set and the column indicates that the branches, right? So therefore, draw the tree of the graph. Automatic tree already know that how to draw and all in the previous section. Take the direction of cut set as the twig direction. Just to say that, so here the same direction, I mean, take the direction of a cut set as the twig direction same. The direction along the branch of the cut set is taken as a positive 1, and if the direction is opposite, it is taken as a negative. If it is the same direction, it is a positive. If it is the opposite direction, then we will take it as a negative. So here generally you say that the n number of nodes and the b number of branches are presented in a direct graph generally. Then the number of twigs present in a selected tree or a given graph will be n minus 1, nodes minus 1, like this. So the fundamental cut set matrix will have the n minus 1 rows and the b columns generally. So here you say that the rows and columns are corresponding to the twigs of a selected tree and branches of a given graph. Hence the order, you make an order of a fundamental cut set matrix will be n minus 1 cross b, n minus 1 cross b. So the elements of a fundamental cut set matrix will have one of the three values will be indicated. Just now I told the plus 1, minus 1 and 0, like that. The same similarly, the values of elements will be plus 1 for the twig of a selected F cut set. The values of elements will be 0 for the remaining twigs and links, which are not part of the selected F cut set. So plus 1 indicates that the value of the elements for the twig of a selected cut set, and the 0 for the remaining of twigs and links. If the direction of link current is selected, the F cut set is the same direction, then the F cut set twig current, then the value of element will be plus 1, already I told. So similarly, if the direction of a link current of a selected F cut set is opposite to that of the F cut set twig current, then the value of the element will be minus 1. That means the F cut set, what is the direction, is the same as the twig current, then the element value will be plus 1. If it is an opposite direction, the element value will be minus 1. So here, how we are going to take this? This is the graph of the cut set matrix, like. So here, the selected tree of a given directed graph and represents the links with the dotted lines. By removing one twig and necessary links at a time, we will get one F cut set. Fill the values of the elements corresponding to the F cut set in a row of a fundamental cut set matrix. The same steps should be repeated for getting. So here, just we will observe this diagram. So, right, this is the cut set, this one. So consider the same directed graph here, which we discussed in the section of the incident matrix, the same. The selected branches, you say that how many branches is there. Selected branches in this 3, 6, 2, you say that. These the selected branches here. Okay, I will tell all the tutorial one, just we have to go through this. Now the triset matrix. Tie-set matrix is it consists of a loop current is indicated in a row and the branch is in column. So therefore, we used to go for that. Draw the tree from the given graph. Already know that whatever the graph they are going to give, given graph, we used to draw the tree and take the direction of the loops as a link direction. The branch having the same direction as a loop. The direction is taken as 1, and if the possible opposite direction it is taken as a -1. So similarly, if it is a branch having the same direction as a loop direction, then it take it as a +1, and if it is an opposite direction to each other, then we will take it as a -1. So here a graph of a tie-set matrix is like this. Just to observe that. How is it? Tie-set matrix. So we'll say if we'll take a reference 1, you say that the direction is leaving. This is a +1. If the direction is in towards to the 1, so it is a -1 like this. And here with respect to the 2, these two are towards to the 2, and with respect to 3 like this. This is the graph of the tie-set matrix. If we're coming to this is the tie-set matrix and all. Now we'll coming to the relation between the twig and link. L is equal to B minus n plus 1. What is the B? Here B you say that the branches, n is the number of nodes. If the graph of n number of nodes, the tree will have n minus 1 branches automatically. So if we'll take a 5 branches, is there how many nodes? 4 nodes. Like that. 3 branches, is there how many nodes? 2 nodes. So the number of trees of a graph T is equal to determinant of the given matrix. So A dot A transpose matrix. So that is the determinant of that. So orthogonal relationship A dot B transpose, which is equivalent to 0, B into A transpose, which is equal to 0. This is the orthogonal relationship. VB is equivalent to the Q into of T, Q transpose into V of VT. VB is equal to A transpose, A into A transpose into Vn, like this. So here the examples say that circuit, what we discussed in the previous sections, just you observe that this is circuit. What are the elements consist of here? RLC parameters is there in the circuit. So whatever given network, you have to remodify as a graph like this. You have to eliminate all elements like RLC in this. Sources also eliminate. And we have to connect the node to node with direct lines without any elements, without any sources. So this is the graph. If we take a direct graph, that means it gives the direction of the current flows through it. So this is the graph 3 is the directed graph. So here the 3 topologically equal graphs of figure. Just you see that this is a circuit graph, direct graph like this. This is also different way of connecting graphs like this. The same graph should be changing with the shape. Just to observe how many loops is there? 3 loops. Here 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 3 loops. So therefore, these are the 3 topologically equivalent graphs of a given circuit. Try to understand. This is the network topology for understanding purpose. This is a good example. How you are going to draw the graph. So in this process, you have to eliminate all circuit elements like RLC as well as the sources also, and we will take a direct graphs like this with the direction of current direct graphs. And it should be modified with the different topological equivalent graphs. So now we will take, this is the first graph. You say that how is that graph actually? You have one source and n number of elements is there. How many branches is there? You say that you understand. So here the circuit will be connecting like this. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes, you say that. 4 nodes, that means it is called the ground. So therefore, this is a path C. Path C, if you will take from this directly, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you may redraw this circuit graph like this. This is indicated node 1, node 2, node 3 as usual, but node 4 is common with the ground. So therefore, which will be connecting like this. How the current directions and all you have to assume, and the maximum number of branches possible in a circuit will equal to the number of nodes or vertices. So there are at least 2 branches in a circuit. Okay, 2 branches in a circuit. This is the given electric circuit and the equivalent graph like this. If you will take, this is also same. The same graph is there here. So you may take here, what is the difference? There is no current directions, but we will take here, direction will be there, how the signal flows through it. This is the directed graph of a given circuit. Each of the lines of a graph is indicated a reference direction by an arrow, and the resulted graph is called the oriented or direct graph. Is it the first what they were given the circuit first, that should be changed to the graph, and again next step is coming to the arrows, which will be indicated by signal flow through the circuit. So this is called the oriented or direct graph, and the subsequently used to take, you have to indicate that arrows and all. Then there's a directed graph which is here, and the simplified directed graph in the C, diagram C, just to see that. You may observe that how we reduces that given graph like this. 4 and 5 will be closed at one point. So this is the 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3 like this. So therefore, now, so just you will observe that the active element branches is replaced by a internal resistance to simplify the analysis and computation. So therefore, here source is there in between 4 and 5. The source will be shorted automatically or replaced, whatever it may be. The similarly used to take the same circuit is there. It will be again remodified as a direct graphs like this: 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again C also similarly used to take. How we again redraw that? This is A, C, B, A, C, B. That means this is the semicircle which is indicated here, 1, 3, 2 nodes, 1, 3, 2 or 1, 2, 3 nodes, and 2 is the common point for these 2 loops. So the active elements are excluded from the graph to simplify analysis and the computation. This is the process actually. And next, electric network and its a graph. After that you say that an electric, it's a graph 5, you say that. So how you are going to take Here you say that the circuit and it's a simplified graph and the direct graph. It is a simplified graph given for the given circuit and it is the direct graph. What is the difference? Simplified graph means you have to eliminate all sources as well as the elements, RLC elements, and you will directly draw a graph. This is called the simplified graph. Direct graph means which indicates the flow of current direction in it, which is indicated like this. So when all voltage sources is not in series with any passive elements in the given network, so it kept in the graph as a branch, just to say like this. So therefore here already I told the same thing, the tree, a connected subgraph having all the nodes of a graph without any loop. Thus a tree is a subgraph that has the following properties. It must consist of all nodes of a complete graph. For a graph having n number of nodes, the tree of the given graph will have only n minus 1 branches. There exists one and only one path between any pair of nodes. A tree should not have any closed paths, right? So the rank of trees is n minus 1. This is also the rank of the graph to which the tree belongs. Okay, so this is about tree actually. Tree, there is no closure loop, so tree means, right? And here the rank is also indicated by n minus 1, which is the belongs to the given graph to which the tree belongs. And twigs. The branches of tree are known as twigs. The branches of tree, whatever tree you drawn, in the branches is there. That is called the twigs. And the links are cords. The branches that are removed from the graph while forming a tree are termed as the links or cords. If you take a given network, you have to first convert it to the graph, direct graph. After that, you may remove somewhat the what we call the branches that are removed to form a graph forming a tree are termed as links. Links are completed with the twigs. Twig means what? Branches. Link means which will in between the twigs, which we are drawing the tree, right? Drawing in the tree. So, co-tree. The graph constitutes with the links is known as the co-tree. The graph constituted with links known as the co-tree. What is the tree and co-tree? Both are a complement to each other. Already know that. Already I told this one. And next, this is a tree and co-tree, you say that. Just to observe that, a given graph is like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the elements is there? Which is A, B, C, D, E, F. So therefore, tree it is. How many twigs in there? How many twigs is there? Twigs means, you say that how many twigs? A. Just to say this is a tree, you have to reframe as a tree. Tree means there is no loopings, right? So therefore, there is no loops. So how we are going to take 1, 2, 4, no. So just to observe that in this figure, say that twigs of a tree is A, B, D. A, B, D, only tree will consist. Okay. These are the twigs, branches of the tree. Because these the loops all will be closed, the disconnected. So therefore open T will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. then this is called the tree actually. How many branches? 3 branches is there. Twig means branch. So therefore, A, B, D are the branches of a given graph. Links of cotree. Links. What is a cotree? Cotree is the complement of the tree. We will say T shape is the tree. So how will get the other CEF? This is the cotree. So as given figure, you observe that the twigs of the tree is ABD and the links of the cotree is CEF. Similarly, you say that ADF, you say that. Another one. ADF. This is also a tree. So in this, what are the twigs actually? ADF is the twigs. And the links of cotree is the C, B, E. These the links of cotree. So for the given graph, this is a good example for understanding purpose. What is the twigs and what is the links like that. So here, does the following graph with the branches A and E from a form a tree? They are given here. A and E. A is there, E is there. Branches A and E form a tree. Yeah, is it possible? Yeah, it may be no A and E. The number of nodes in this graph is equivalent to that of the given graph, but it has the unconnected subgraphs and moreover the total number of branches, which is equivalent to the n minus 1, which is equal to 3, because we have the branches is 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, we cannot get a tree because there is no chance here, A and E, because it is a closed A and E. If we take like this, A, 1, 4, 2, 3, this is a closed loop. 3, 4, 2, 1, this is also closed loop. So therefore, there is not able to get a forming a tree with the A and E branches. So this is a question to you. Just you have to observe. Then more number of problems you have to try yourself. If any doubts will be there in next class, you have to ask me. Okay. So this is about the introduction part of the network topology. And this is the practice problems. Classify whether each of the following graph is a planar or non-planar, and find the number of possible trees for each graph and draw all possibilities like by using of this, right? So this is a practice problem solve. You have to note it down, right? Well, they're replacing all elements of the network with the lines to form a graph. We replace the active elements by their internal resistance to simplify analysis in the computation. This is a given example 1. From this you have to do whatever we practiced in the previous sessions, previous slides like, okay. So this is the graph, what we drawn the graph for a given network. So after that we will coming to this. This is a transformer given. The second example, you have to try to do this. Of course, this is the equivalent graph of a given network. But similarly, you have to, this is a non-planar graphs, a few non-planar graphs, these the examples. Okay. So thank you very much for this watching lecture. And subsequently, we are going to talk the second lecture tomorrow.